A big part of success depends on our ability to understand and manage our emotions. They can energize and keep us focused on what we want. They can drag us down into feelings of hopelessness. They can distract us to things that don't matter or might go wrong. Emotions can also drive us to say or do things that are harmful, getting us into even deeper trouble. In Learning Power, we teach students how to observe, name, and understand their emotions by using a simple color code for the primary attitudes we all have. Green represents feelings of happiness and confidence. Blue represents sadness and disappointment. Yellow stands for feeling afraid and anxious. Finally, red represents anger and frustration. Even though we commonly regard 3 of these primary attitudes as negative, it's important to help students understand that each attitude is part of a healthy emotional life. The Learning Power competency of preparing for success is designed to help students build the strategic skills they need to get where they want to go in life. Success is not identified here with material wealth or celebrity fame. Instead, it is about accomplishing goals and creating the life we really want. Simply put, success, as we are using the term here, refers to the ability to do something well and to cultivate a rich quality of life for ourselves and others around us. In order to be accomplished in this sense, we need a clear vision of where we are going and what outcome we're after. Learning Power teaches students the 4 essential questions that need to be answered for a successful outcome in anything. First, what is my target? This is asking about focus. Second, why does it matter? This is asking about importance. Third, when will I reach it? This is asking about the timeline. And fourth, how will I get there? This is asking about the path. Starting out without answers to these 4 questions is how we waste time, miss opportunities, overlook our resources, lose interest, get lost, and fall short of success. Learning Power helps students get focused by organizing their lives into 5 value spheres, represented as buckets of what matters to them. These 5 buckets are health and fitness, friends and fun, talents and dreams, school and study, home and family. This organization makes it much easier to get a feel for overall balance, as well as to identify specific aspects of life where positive change is desired. A general aspiration to, quote, be a better person, end quote, is certainly admirable, but it lacks the focus that true success requires. First step, pick a bucket and choose something in that bucket you want to change or make better. As we teach in the Learning Power competencies of motivation, time management, and creative thinking, we need to manage a balance among 4 key factors: what we want to gain in reaching our goal, what it will cost us to have it, what the risk of failure is, and how much work it will require. The colors associated with these 4 factors help us appreciate the dynamic of emotional intelligence. Reaching our goal gives us confidence. Losing too much leaves us disappointed. A high risk of failure can make us anxious. And when the amount of work outweighs the real or anticipated value of our goal, we quickly grow frustrated with the process. The balance among these 4 factors should ideally tip in favor of what we hope to gain. When it does, we say that the cost, risk, and work are worth it. We want to teach students the art of motivational balance, asking the right questions and taking a close, honest look at all 4 factors to ensure that their selected target carries high value. Because Learning Power was designed for working with students, we'll take the bucket of school and study for our example of how to attach high value to a chosen target. Many students don't have a clear idea of why they're in school in the first place, which makes it extremely challenging to be passionate about what goes on there. Sitting down at math homework is not typically something your average student is eager to do, especially if they find the subject difficult. That is to say, the factor of work is disproportionately high, making assignments frustrating. A lot of students will prefer to put it off for as long as possible. What they are not anticipating, of course, is how this time pressure of urgency, which is the price of procrastination, will soon enough be adding anxiety to their frustration. It will help considerably if this student can look through the present math homework to a goal of getting a good grade. Looking through the good grade, he can further envision the goal of one day graduating from college, and beyond that, being in a career where he can use his talents and make a difference in the world. This is not daydreaming, but vision casting into a desired future for something to which this student can connect his math homework. If the connection is strong enough, which means that he can see it in vivid detail and really believes in the future reality of what he sees, this homework on the table before him will be transformed into a stepping stone leading in the direction he really wants to go. Having charged his homework with positive value doesn't necessarily mean that the student will suddenly love math. But now he sees that getting it done, doing his best, and seeking help if he needs it will get him closer to what he does want. His next step is to set his goal. Having defined his target and charged it with value, he needs to put it on the calendar. That's what we mean by setting a goal. If it's simply left adrift out there on the waves of time, promising himself that he'll get to it someday, just not right now, his target will forever be just beyond his reach. Preparing for success, then, is a path comprised of specific skills and steps that lead from where we are now to where we want to be. Let's illustrate those steps here. All along the way, it's important to stay on schedule, pausing at periodic checkpoints to be sure that we are on pace to reach our goal in time. Most likely, there are resources that we need to keep with us or stay close to so that we have what we need to succeed. Because life is much more than a single pursuit of a worthy goal, we need to carefully manage distractions as we go along. We say manage, not eliminate, since some of those so-called distractions represent other important values in our life. We need to understand that we're not in life all alone, and that we shouldn't regard it a failure when we need to call for help from someone else. We might even say that the ultimate success in life is reaching out to make the human community stronger. We've covered a lot of information in this setup video, so let's boil it all down to what you can do to help students prepare for success. Here are the 7 steps. First, ask the student to choose a bucket from the 5 value spheres of learning power. Then, guide the student in defining a specific target, something he or she wants to achieve or improve. Encourage vision casting in order to make the target hugely attractive and motivating. Next, coach the student in setting a goal that anchors the target in time. Make sure the goal is realistic, and if it's a large or longer-term goal, ask questions that will help the student break it down into smaller and intermediate sub-goals. Ask the student what resources might be needed to reach his or her goal with success. Where can these resources be found? Not just at step 5, but all along the way, reinforce the importance of staying on schedule. The timeline can always be revised and adjusted, but the only way to know if it needs to be revised or adjusted is by checking progress periodically. Remind the student to anticipate the temptation of distractions that will try to pull him or her off the path. Remember, these are not bad in themselves, but they do need to be managed. Finally, it's perfectly reasonable to expect that at various points, help might be needed to reach the goal. You might help the student understand the critical difference between help that enables and help that empowers. One is a hand out, while the other is a hand up. Success doesn't always mean getting what we want. Indeed, failure is one of the most valuable teachers in life, but only if we take responsibility for our part in it and are willing to make a change for the next time.